Adam Schefter has a podcast, and I was curious if he knew who leaked this story about Aaron Rodgers. Because when I first heard it, I go, okay, did Rodgers say this? And the fact that, Schefter is not saying who leaked it, but it was leaked to him. Wouldn't that be easy to find out who leaked this to me? You would just go, oh, it's the person who told me that Aaron, he wants to be traded, that he can't stay in Green Bay. But do the Packers gain anything by leaking this? Does Rodgers come off as petty by leaking this? Can the Packers then make Rodgers seem like the bad guy here? Are they trying to curry favor, public sentiment? I'm just wondering that. And, Schefter's kind of looking at both sides here. And I'll play the cut for you when we get that. But, I would think Aaron Rodgers or somebody close to Aaron Rodgers is going to put this out there. The Packers reportedly are very upset that this got out there. Sort of like the Seattle Seahawks were when Russell Wilson said what he said. But we know Russ was the source of that. We don't know that with Aaron Rodgers. And I think it's just kind of status quo here. Until Rodgers comes on a show or says something publicly, says something in a press release. Fritzy, call for Aaron Rodgers.
We have.
Oh, you have?
We
okay.
certainly have.
Thank you, Todd. We were joking.
But I got a very nice note pretty quickly saying, so noted as far as we're aware that you're interested.
Oh, okay.
We did get a reaction.
Was it's so noted or duly noted?
I think it was so noted with like an exclamation point, enthusiastically when the time is right.
But who'd you ask? The Packers?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be a representation.
Did you ask the Packers if we could have somebody from the organization?
We requested the head coach and Mr. Gutekunst.
Okay, the GM. Okay. Yeah, Paulie.
If you're Rodgers, though, you can't do an interview unless you know your direction. Because if he goes on with you or whoever it may be, you're going to say, will you be a Packer next year? What would it take to be? All the questions you're going to ask. And unless he has that declarative statement ready, he can't do it.
I'm guessing he knows what he wants because we've gotten to this stage. This has been an open secret. I mentioned yesterday or the day before, back in January, the Rams knew that Rodgers could be available. That's why they first knocked on that door and said, hey, hello, Aaron Rodgers, we open for business. No. Then they traded for Matthew Stafford. San Francisco knew. I think there were teams who knew because they had friends in the Packers organization who probably said, hey, you can give them a call, but the Packers have shut down those calls. And the Rams went after Matthew Stafford after they couldn't get Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, McLovin.
About 6 weeks ago, you came in and said something's going on in Green Bay. You said, I don't know exactly. You didn't want to label the report completely. But so you had a whiff of something big.
I had a source who said it's laughable to think that he'll be there in Green Bay after this next season. And I couldn't get any confirmation from anybody. And so I was like, okay. And my source, then resurfaced to say, there's a whole lot going on here. And, it's a source who helped me with Russell Wilson. I said, is it similar to Russell Wilson? He goes, no, this is bad. Like, this is a bad situation for everybody here. Is Rodgers going to do a power move and get himself out of there? What do the Packers get in return? Can you trade Aaron Rodgers? Do you want to be the GM who traded Aaron Rodgers? Like, there's so much going on now. And the problem, I think, is you don't have any real clarity from either side. I mean, the clarity from the Packers is we're not trading him. We need to have an understanding what I think Aaron Rodgers owes that to the situation. Like, if you want out, then ask out. But it sort of lingers there, and I don't think it's beneficial to anybody here. It's like when Deshaun Watson was saying, I'm not going back to Houston, and I'm not going to play there anymore. And then we started to go, okay, so where are you going? And then we started to speculate. Then he had his legal issues, and it stopped. But that doesn't mean it's still not there. Like, there's 2 teams right now, I'm told, who are just sort of like they're monitoring this closely with Deshaun Watson. They just want to know, like, is there an opening? And can you get through that PR hit that you're going to take if Deshaun Watson is not criminal charges? Even civil charges, teams will probably try to motor through that, push that through. Take the PR hit and then move forward. Deshaun has said that he's a changed person or whatever if he's found guilty in these civil lawsuits. Whatever it is, the spin will be there because Watson is so good. Now what do you do with Aaron Rodgers? What can you get for Aaron Rodgers? Who wants Aaron Rodgers right now? And I think those are key questions here. But until I hear from Aaron Rodgers, sources close to, that doesn't really register with me. I want to know what Rodgers is feeling right now, what he's thinking right now. Yeah, Paul.
Going back to Deshaun Watson, right now, if you ran the Texans, wouldn't you lean towards trading him if you could find one strong offer? That franchise is going nowhere. They have very little talent on the roster. Hit the reset button in every sense of the word. And I don't think the fans would hit you too much now. If you did it before the allegations, you've been crushed to let him go.
But I was told yesterday, as strange as this is going to sound with Deshaun Watson, hey, if you're the Texans, you might be able to now keep him because he knows that he would be damaged goods. And the Texans won't take a PR hit. They're just standing behind their player. We truly believe in him. And so the Texans could actually benefit here, whether this happens or not. Once again, you get a lot of information, and I always try to find if somebody else can back up something. And that's why with Rodgers, Rob Demoski has covered the Packers for a couple of decades now. He was there when Favre was there. When he said, look, less than 5% that Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback for the Packers, I'll believe it when I see it. Because Rodgers knows and the Packers know this is the best chance for him to win a Super Bowl. You're not winning one in Denver. You're not going to win one with the Raiders. You still have a chance to go back to the NFC title game. You have a good team. And I think they had a pretty good draft by all accounts. Can you move past this? And I think that's going to be based off of Aaron's personality. Can he get past this? Is he going to hold a grudge? Are they going to give him a contract extension? Because if you do, how long are you tied into Aaron Rodgers? What's that mean for Jordan Love? Do you eventually say, we made a mistake? We bet against Aaron Rodgers. We drafted his successor. And Jordan Love is the third string quarterback right now. Not ready to play. Yeah, Paul.
Packers are fourth in Vegas odds for the Super Bowl next year. The Denver Broncos a week ago were eighth from the bottom.
Yeah. But they moved up significantly.
Off the rumor of the quarterback.
Yeah. I think their odds are like third or fourth to get Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, McLevin.
Doesn't it seem now that Tom Brady was 43, right, when he won the Super Bowl, now people view the age a little differently? Maybe it's just fans view it, but I'm sign Rodgers for 4 more years.
But I don't know if, he's wired differently than Brady. This is all Brady wants to do. He just wants to play football. Aaron Rodgers, it feels like, as we've seen with Jeopardy, he strikes me as somebody who's going to be involved in Hollywood some way. Movies, documentary, something. I don't know. I don't think he's one of those guys that is defined by football. I just think he's great at football. Yes, Eden.
And yeah, you never heard Tom Brady say, if it doesn't work out with the Patriots, I'm retiring. Yeah. He was like, I'm playing. I'm going to play somewhere else then. Forget it. But, Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem to be cut from that same cloth.
Tom Brady was willing to play for the Bears. That'll give you an idea. He just wanted to play football. So it was the Chargers, Bears, and Buccaneers. Those were the 3 teams interested in Tom. Yeah, McLeod.
Yeah, but the guy who says that he doesn't need football, that's the guy who always waffles around till he's 42. Favre started retiring when he was 35 and played till he was 40. I don't feel
but Favre was like Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray Leonard retired 6 times. I was at his first one in Baltimore, and he kept retiring. Favre is like the boxer who just can't retire. Because what are you going to do? You're going to throw passes to Jerry Rice in the backyard for a TV commercial? Once it's gone, it's gone. And then you look around and you go, oh my God. Boy, this was my life. Aaron Rodgers strikes me as I'm entering a new world here, getting married. You have kids, priorities, it changes. Does he want to continue to play football? He just strikes me as he's just different. Yeah, Paulie.
That's the one thing I think normal people, I guess you call us, can't understand about athletes. Chris Webber, remember the great basketball player? He retired at 34 years old. That's a young man. And, he was not like injuries. It wasn't concussions. It was just, there, my career's done. 34. Most people are just getting started with the good days of their career. Dan, when you were 34, you were hitting your stride as a SportsCenter host.
Yeah.
You were on the upswing.
Yeah.
These guys are wrapping things up at 35, 36.
But they're doing something physically that they've done for 20 years. And it's like Bjorn Borg. At 26, he walked away. 26. And he was still winning Wimbledon. Bjorn Borg is like Jim Brown. Jim Brown walked away. I think he led the league in rushing, and he retired. I think he ran for like 1,800 yards, and he decided hey, I'm done with this. I'm going to go make movies. Certain guys, they're just wired differently. Barry Sanders, wired differently. The guy who has to compete, I'm defined by this. Andrew Luck, wired differently. I think Aaron Rodgers and Andrew Luck are wired in a similar way.
Oh, good wiring.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Adam Schefter had his podcast, and he was talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers' role in this. And this is what he had to say about how this information got out.
Clearly, this is an issue that's gone on for weeks. To me, frankly, it's amazing that it's gone on as long as it has. And there are people who said, Aaron Rodgers wanted this story out the Thursday before the draft. Let me tell you something. Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with this story coming out the Thursday before the draft. Not only did he have nothing to do with this story coming out the Thursday before the draft, but my understanding is he was none too pleased about the story coming out, because all it did was shine a light on the relationship between the two sides, which is at best strained right now. But Aaron Rodgers didn't want this coming out. And guess what? The Green Bay Packers didn't want it coming out. There are people who think the Packers planted it. Baloney.
Okay. So who wanted this to come out, Shefty? Nobody's interviewing Shefty with his podcast, so you can't ask him questions, right? Because I would say, well, who wants this to come out? That would be my one question for Adam. Yes, Paul.
I totally thought that was Frank Caliendo when I was listening to it. It seems strained.
It's been no secret. Everybody knew this. From what I'm told, Aaron did not like this.
Did not want the rumor leaked.
That sounded a little Jim Rome.
More Jim Rome.
That was Jim Rome.
Schefter's is morphing into Jim Rome.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Yes, McLovin.
So it's not Rodgers. It's not the Packers. That leaves the agent or another team or
Yeah,
rogue
but your
employee.
agent can't put that out.
Okay, because that's Rodgers.
Yes.
That's like an extension of Rodgers.
Yes.
Another team?
Well, that's the only thing I thought. After all of this is played out, okay, somebody who knew about this, and then the motivation, that's what I want to know. Shefty's not going to tell you who leaked it. I want to know why it was leaked. That's he doesn't have to tell me the source. He doesn't have to tell me anything, but that's what I would ask him is, who would want this out there? If the Packers don't and Rodgers didn't, then is there a team? Is there another team that put this out there? Would it be the Vikings? Would it be the Broncos who won him? Would it be the Bears? Would it be the Lions in the division? Would it be the Raiders? I don't know. But that's what I would want to know in this situation like this.